Welcome to MarkOneModels. This channel is starting off as a way to share my model building hobby with my car friends, and hopefully will bring some enjoyment into your life as well. First off, I am not an expert model builder, but they love the kits I've made and they wanted a way to check out my processes, trying to finish products that they've seen, and that brings us to where we all are today. Since this is my first episode, let's start off with a classic. As a child, one of the first kits I ever built was the AMC Pacer Wagon from AMT. I built it stock, then later made it into a monster truck wagon, then lopped the back half off, removed all the monster truck stuff, added a truck bed, and made it into a twin-turbo drag El Camino style pacer. It was great stuff in the minds of a 10-year-old. When I heard about the reissue of the kit a few years back, I decided I'd take another stab at making a new pacer wagon into something cool. I'd seen the episodes of Faster with Finnegan where they made a drifting and road course dominating Pinto wagon, and I thought it would be cool to make something that would potentially compete against that. I wanted to keep things in the family, so to speak, with it being an AMC, so I figured where Chrysler had purchased a AMC back in the day, I'd do a resin-printed Dodge Hellcat motor. What I found was the Dodge crate motor 1000 horsepower Hellephant from TX3D Customs on eBay. I ordered that up and picked up an AMT reissue of the 77 Pacer wagon at the local hobby shop, and the Hellephant Pacer was born. The reissue came with some custom options not included in the one I had as a kid: tinted glass, body kits, and wider wheels and tires. The only option I decided to use from the kit were the beefier tires, but kept them on the slot mags that I'd used as a kid, keeping the rest relatively stock other than our beast of an engine. Making the Hellephant fit required chops in the firewall, floor pan, interior tub, the dashboard, the windshield, and shaving the insides of the frame rails of the engine bay, adding reinforcements on the outside of those frame rails, and grinding down the top surface of the suspension cross member for oil pan and filter clearance. There were many cuts and recuts and tweaks with my Dremel tool to make everything fit just right. The engine is too large to stay under the hood, so appropriate cuts were made there too, so it could peek out. I opted for just headers for the exhaust, since if they can see the motor coming, they may as well hear it too. I wanted this thing to sit down lower than stock, but not where tires would rub the fender wells, so modded the suspension to what looked good to me. I did laze out a bit with the front suspension spindle, just keeping it on the stock rod passing through the engine bay, but I'm perfectly okay with that. Keeping with the stock looking Resto mod vibe, the interior was done in tan, including the headliner. This matched the box art. And I did the exterior with Rust-Oleum Marigold. The engine was painted to match photos I'd found online. Those photos all showed the serpentine belts in turquoise, so I followed suit. Chrome pens were used on all the bright-work, and Testors turn signal amber and stoplight red were used for our turn signals and brakes. I also like to paint the backs of the clear parts like taillights with silver so they look correct instead of the body color of the car showing through. I detailed out the rest of the engine bay, keeping many stock components for a complete look. Assembly went smooth, but I had to super glue the floor pan to the body to keep the gaps just right. The car sits well with all wheels touching the ground evenly. I've put it into a display case that keeps the dust out, and it sits nicely on my shelf. Overall, I think it's a nice addition to my collection, and I am happy with the results. Could someone do it better? Do more details and so on? Sure, absolutely. There are a lot of people more skilled than me, and they are amazing. This scratched an itch that I had, and I'm satisfied. What do you think about it? What would you do differently? Feel free to leave a comment. And if you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and give a like and a subscribe, or share with your friends. Thank you for watching MarkOneModels.